Okay, so I've done my research. I've looked at other people make videos and a multitude of other things. And I've made the dog's food several different times. I just hadn't never really made it on camera, which I don't know why. I just do it, try to get it done so quick. So when I make it, I do a can. What do I do? When I make his food, typically I do a cup of lentils and I boil those down and I get those going. And lentils, and then I will boil one sweet potato. Once his lentils and the sweet potato is done, I literally mash the sweet potato, and then I'll mash the lentils up as well too, and then I'll incorporate them, and then I'll keep mashing them, and I cook them down real till they're very soft, to where I don't even have to work that hard, but I still got to smash them together. And then I'll mix his sweet potatoes up with his lentils, and then depending on what else I have, then I'll throw it in there along with his dog food as well too. So if I wanted to, I could literally just keep him on more of a plant-based, like, you know, you get the dog food out of the store and it's the wet dog food. Essentially, I'm just making his wet dog food, but I kind of like to stretch it as well too. So I'll give him his dog food as well, and he's got to get more. What is that brand that he gets that we really like? Well, anyways, I'll show you guys the next time we get his dog food. But for right now, I was like, Coda needs his food. So what I'm doing is the food that we had left over that's already been cooked too as well. So this is his meat, not our meat, his meat. So he still gets meat from time to time. We don't, he does. I'm just gonna break it up. He'll kind of chew it up on his own, but I'm like, you know what? We don't want this to go to waste, because this right here, mixed with his dog food, will give us like 3 different meals. Oh, let me put it over here so y'all can see. I don't know if you guys can really see or not, but that's pretty much this. And then that's just a carrot. It ain't gonna hurt him. So if you want to make your own dog food, this is meat, what I'm putting in here. And yes, he does eat broccoli as well too. He likes it all. He will literally eat this all. So I'm just picking out, pretty much I have this over here, and I'm just taking this out. So, and I'm just putting in here all the rest of the little meat that didn't get put in here. So if you get 1 sweet potato, you get 1 cup of lentils. Cook your sweet potatoes till they're really soft. Get you 1 cup of lentils with water until they are really soft. You mix those together, and then you give your dog some kind of organ meat, heart, gizzards, whatever, and you mix all that up. You can literally just feed your dog that, and you don't even have to mix it with dog food. I like mixing it with dog food because it stretches it a little bit. And if you get a decent brand of dog food, then, you know, you don't have to necessarily worry. So this is kind of like, all right, we need to get more of the dog food that he's going to need. But until then, in the meantime, he can eat this and he'll be totally fine with this. So give me just a second. I'm just making sure that we have all the meat out of here. And he's gonna eat all this. This will be a couple meals. So it just depends. Some people make their dogs dog food and they don't eat any of the bagged dog food, you know? And you can totally do that. Sometimes we switch back and forth. Sometimes I just make almost like meal prepping for your dog. You know, you make enough, super easy, super simple. And then our dog, he likes blueberries. He likes, and I'll probably have to do another video just to kind of show you guys what this dude really eat. It's kind of surprising. He eats apples. Like, surprisingly, he's kind of a very healthy dog as far as kind of like what he'll eat. But yeah, he likes blueberries. So if I have some blueberries, I can give him some blueberries. He'll eat the blueberries no problem along with his food, you know. Because for some people, when they get their dogs, it's an investment. So for some people, they already know, all right, when I get ready to feed my dog, I know that for my particular dog, my dog is going to eat this away. And I know for my particular dog and what I want to do for my dog, this is what his dietary regimen is going to include. He eats peas. So I'm taking out the peas as well too. Couple things of corn made it in there. That's all right. But yeah, so I actually am working from food over here that was already cooked, and I'm literally just separating out what he's gonna have. And so our dog gets about a cup of food around there of like hard dog food, but then when it's mixed like this, it's almost kind of like this stuff helps bulk it up. So he doesn't necessarily need, he doesn't really need a lot of food a day anyways, but I kind of like to spread out his food because I don't think that I would want to just solely eat once a day. So we just try to feed, you know, break his food up to where he gets a little bit in the morning and then he gets a little bit at night. So I'm just still working my way through this. Excuse me. I'm taking out the peas. He's going to eat all this. And you guys would be like, dang, that little dog, he be grubbing. He really do. See, like all this, he'll eat all this. He likes all this stuff. And then it's not like, oh, it's bad for him. Like, you know, it's good. And I struggle with putting him on, you know, meat into his diet, but then, you know, whatever. Some days I feel like it, some days I don't. So I'm pretty much just about done. That is greens. Those are carrots. You have the meat kind of at the bottom. And so this will be real for, even for a human, this is still pretty good, you know. But oh, and then when I think to make him rice, then I'll do rice. Rice is good, so if your dog isn't feeling good or, you know, whatever, you can actually give your dog a little bit of rice. Now, sometimes people don't always just give their dog rice, but if that's kind of what we got, then that's what I'll give them. But I really like doing the lentils. Oh, you know what I do have? Oh, that's what I'm about to do. Coda about to be clutch. I forgot that I have quinoa. Some quinoa. And I'm going to follow the directions. So it says in a rice cooker, but in a pot can contain 1 cup of quinoa. So you fix quinoa like you would rice. But I've already pretty much portioned everything out. So there we have. So remember, you guys, that's meat, and those are whatever veggies you're gonna want to put in there for your dog. I guess this kind of did turn into, look at me make all the food for my dog. And so since I don't have lentils, remember, like I said, we don't have lentils, and I don't have lentils or sweet potato. And I could make a pot of rice, but for right now, I'm just going to take my little pot. This is going to be done in 20 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the quinoa that we're going to cook over here, and then I'm going to actually mix it into here with this, and then he'll eat from this for the next couple days. Like, here's a meal for in the morning. Here's a meal for at night. Can you see me sectioning off? Here's a meal for in the morning. Here's a meal for at night. And then this will probably be a third meal for morning, night, and then in the morning. And really, since he's going to have the quinoa, it's going to actually bulk up his meal. So technically, and he's still got a little bit of dog food. So I could take this and I could spread this out. So morning and night mixed with his dog food and the quinoa. I can do this morning and night, and then I can do this last little thing that I got portioned out morning and night. So he technically has enough for, I would say he has enough for 2 days of dog food, 3 if we really want to stretch it, because he's going to have that quinoa as well too, on top of him getting a little bit of dog food. So let me get this, and we got our cup of quinoa right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm putting in a little more of a cup. Yay, and we didn't even spill it. Can you guys see? Oh, y'all didn't see me pour it in. there's our cup of quinoa. Dun, dun, dun. Pour. Oh yeah, we need all that. And you know what? I usually pour the quinoa and everything in first. So don't do like I just did, trying to rush. Get your grains in there first, and then you use the water to get the rest of your substances out. I always stick a little bit of butter at the bottom, and the reason why I do that is just also so it doesn't burn or stick. And so I don't put too much, but just so it makes it easier for me in the very end. And so this is boiling, guys. We'll wash my little spoon off. All right. In a perfect world, all this would have already been right here. The quinoa would have already been right here, but you know, you gotta roll with it, baby. We're gonna wash off our little surfaces over here. That's already boiling really good, and then I turn this all the way down. And then I let that simmer for 20 minutes. And boom, turn that all the way down. That's how I cook all my rice, all my everything. I have to let it boil for a little bit first, and then, so, yeah, man. If you wanted to, you could literally just feed your dog this, and you don't even have to mess with the dog food. Because we give him about a cup of dog food a day, and we separate it in the morning some, and then in the nighttime to equal out about a cup of dog food a day, I can give him a tiny bit of dog food at the bottom, and then I'm going to make his dog food over here, and I'm going to put the homemade dog food in with his dog scoop. About a scoop. Y'all see that? And then, bloop, I put it in here. You guys see how much dog food that made? That's almost too much for him. But there's his food. He'll eat it, and then he gets I'm gonna do probably a half a scoop of this mixed with his dog food. But this is in the morning and at night. And if you guys see how big this portion is, that's why just be careful so you don't overfeed your dog. But that's his dog food. So just to recap, we did 1 cup of quinoa. Put that in here. We had already had chicken and some mixed vegetables mixed with a tiny bit of dog food to give us this, which that's still a lot for him, but we will modify that down a little bit. So then I take it, and here's the leftovers right in here, and I'm gonna put this container over here, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge and then scoop it out as we need it. I took some of the quinoa. I'm gonna save this because I'm gonna end up mixing a sweet potato in there, some lentils, so I'm gonna make him a different kind of dog food. So he'll essentially end up with 2 different kinds of dog food.
What am I eating?
His food doesn't need to be totally seasoned up all like that. So when some of it does just end up getting seasoned, cool.
But that need eat too. That need eat too.
Coda will get that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
See? And he's actually eating the dog food off of the bottom. Just a minute, Bubba. And there we have it. You guys remember I put the dog food in there? Let's see. Yep. He's eating it all. Eating it all. Good boy, Coda.
Mama.
He'll be done with this shortly, but as we can tell, he loves it. There we have it. What do you think? What do you think? Yummy? Good boy. And he's probably gonna be off.